Hello there, guys. It's Stranger Hydra 9, and I'm here with Drake,
Hey, hello.
a former buddy of mine, and now a buddy of mine on the PC, but a former buddy of mine on Halo on the Xbox 360. We're playing some Team Fortress 2 today. Hopefully, you guys will enjoy it. This is pretty interesting as a game because it's been largely supported for a very, very long time. That's one of the things that I think Valve sets itself apart from a lot of other game designers or developers. And what we're going to be talking about today is basically Drake is going to be talking a little bit about how Team Fortress 2's economy works and how that has affected pretty much the longevity of the game. And we're just going to give you some fun gameplay to watch while we're talking about it. So Drake, in your own words, explain some of the economy behind Team Fortress 2.
Well, first you got the trading, which we got the different currencies: scrap, rec, ref, and keys. Now the keys are a very controversial thing, which you could buy on the market for $2.50, but they cost refined metal. Now they used to be around 2 refined metal. By the way, refined metal is just their currency, but everybody on a website named TF2 Outpost, which, if you're a respected trader on TF2, you normally hate Outposts because they raise the price of certain items. They basically dictate the economy. No one likes that website. That's where all the low ballers go to feed on noobs. It's just they manipulate the economy and it's horrible. So there's certain trade servers that try to help the economy, which I'm a part of. By the way, they're named raw trade servers for all you TF2 players. Go there. They help lower the prices of keys. So, yeah.
So basically, there's artificial jacking of the prices.
Yes.
But, I mean, in the actual economy, I think that's a large reason probably why Team Fortress and its continued support by Valve, it's a large reason why it's still being, played today, even though it's a game that's, a lot of games of its particular age have basically been, the community has died pretty much.
Well, the thing is, people get hooked in this game by the fun, immersive gameplay. It's a fast-paced action shooter. Basically, I call it the Call of Duty for the smart man. And the trading aspect. Now that, people have sold items in TF2 for up to, one of the highest items I saw was around $10,000. So you could easily cash out and make real money with this game, and that's what's bringing people back.
That's, I think, a very interesting part of the economy in comparison to most games, is that really it takes some MMORPG, and I get my first death there, unfortunately, but it takes basically a lot of the aspects of an MMORPG in terms of, okay, you get these items, you trade these items, you can make real money off of this,
Yes.
But it gives the twitchy gameplay and team-orientedness of a first-person shooter. So I think that's why a lot of people like this game. As well as League of Legends, it's one of those games that's basically free to play, but yet the developer still puts a lot of support in it. So that's a very, very rare thing because a lot of $60 games don't get that much support.
I know, it's sad.
So it's pretty amazing to have a free-to-play game that's still being supported years after its launch.
Yes. Oh, yes, and by the way, for anyone wondering, I am a spy right now. If you look at the kill feed, I am harassing their snipers with my
And we're just moving,
knife.
we're just basically, this is a very interesting thing because it reminds me a lot of Capture the Flag in terms of gameplay. And what I like about Team Fortress 2 is its heavy emphasis on objective-based gameplay. Which I think requires a lot more strategy than just your regular, free-for-all team deathmatch kind of action shooter, whatever you want to call it.
And Team Fortress 2 has its name for a reason. Team, for example, say there's a heavy and a medic. A scout isn't going to go take out the heavy medic. You need your other teammates to do so.
Right, you need
to rely on your snipers, your spies, and other stuff of that sort. As you can see, I'm just rampage stabbing everyone.
And I think what's interesting, too, is that basically you have different classes for different experience levels. Like the sniper and, the spy are definitely geared towards the more advanced players. Well, like, let's say the heavy and, let's say, the demo man might be more beginner-friendly. Like, I'm playing demo man right now. It's it's been a while since I played Team Fortress 2, so I want to get back into it. I want to basically help my team. Don't try to be a hero, just try to support the effort, in essence. And I think that that's what Team Fortress 2 is really good about, is actually pretty much for any skill level, there's a position for you.
Any skill level can play this game. Should you be fresh out of playing COD, you could adapt to this game very easily. I'm not saying this game is like COD. I'm saying that anyone that have played a first-person shooter can easily adapt to this game.
Absolutely. I think that another thing that's really amazing about this game is, basically we muted a lot of the game audio in this particular one just so things don't get so crazy when we're commentating, but the majority of people on this game have mics, and that's another really crazy thing, is that the team element of Team Fortress 2 is definitely in the forefront. That's what this game is about, is team play.
Yes,
like right now,
definitely.
we're slowly pushing up. Hopefully we're going to push up a little bit more.
Yeah,
Our team is a little bit sitting back, I think, a little bit too much.
I see they're heavy. Engine's coming for me. I'm done. Alright, now he got me there.
I'm trying to support here without just getting slaughtered, in essence.
Now I'm switching up to Sniper Hydra.
Yeah.
If you would like to meet me at spawn, I'd love to show the viewers my loadout.
Okay.
So,
I'll be spawning right now, and then hopefully we can kind of get our whole... We can kind of... Yep. There you are, right there.
Now, if you press F on me, you can see all the weapons I'm using.
All
now,
right.
this weapon called the Genuine Upper Hand, worth around $2.50 real money, is just a reskin of a standard sniper rifle, which is my favorite of all. I got the Bushwhacker, which when it would usually... Don't laugh at me. It would usually deal a mini crit, it deals a full crit, effectively insta-killing most classes.
Nice.
And also, I have the Darwin's Danger Shield, which increases your health by 25. Which actually, I use it when attacking for survivability. Now, as you can see, that heavy there... Oh.
Yep.
Yeah. That soldier right there is a main target there because he has that buff banner, which makes them deal mini crits to us. And also, I'm going to talk about some priority targets here. As a sniper, your targets will be other snipers, mainly, heavies, medics, and engineers. Those are your main targets. Right there.
I gotcha.
Yes.
That's another thing I think is just, like I was saying earlier, there's different classes for different skill levels. And, you got to kind of play the class that you're most comfortable with. Hopefully our team will start pushing here a little bit. What I'm starting to see, which I'm not liking, is our team is kind of backing towards spawn.
Well, here's what's happening. They're building Uber with the medics.
Right.
And building Uber is where basically you stay back, you stay somewhere safe. Alright, now this is Andrew Jackson's presidency. Yes, funny name.
Now he's
he's trolling. He's being a piece of crap. No one likes him. There are not many trolls like that in TF2 community, which is nice.
Yeah, there's trolls on every community, so it's one of those things you gotta deal with.
Yeah.
But it's not too bad. Team Fortress 2 generally has a pretty decent community.
Yeah.
What we gotta do here is just try to keep pushing the objective forward. And what you're seeing, this is a classic case of pretty much any first-person shooter, any objective game type, whether it's Halo, Call of Duty, anything. You need to keep them on the defensive. Whenever you're playing as an objective game type, you have to keep them on the defensive. And right now, we're playing a very defensive game, which is not good. We want to be playing an aggressive game. So I'm going to try to spam them up here a little bit. Try to get them pushed back. They're starting to get pushed back, which I like.
Yeah, see, as you just saw, I put a message in chat. Just kick this guy because he's really messing with me and it's getting on my nerves.
All right. Well, now we got a heavy pushing me here, so I'm gonna try to stay alive here. But this is a problem. So what I'm gonna do now is actually switch classes. This is one of those things. Oh, I actually got something. Let's see, the rocket jumper. Okay.
Nice fun.
Got an item, and that's another thing of what's interesting about the Team Fortress 2 community. Like you said, you have a lot of items, you've customized your class, and that's one of the things. As any game, I think that's successful has to cater to, continuing the person, give them the incentive to keep playing. And that's definitely something that this game does very well.
Yes, and also, here's one thing is, what I love about TF2, let's get a comparison to Call of Duty. Let's say you got your items. Now, since I haven't played Black Ops 2 yet, I'm going to reference Black Ops. So you got the standard M16 you start with, 3-round bursts. And then when you get the highest tier weapon, it's Commando, kill someone in about 3 shots. Right. It's a clear upgrade. Now, with TF2 items, they're never a clear upgrade, which I like.
It's a trade-off.
Yes, it's a trade-off for certain things.
That's a big problem. I mean, what you bring up there is a very good point, Drake, and a point I try to make in a lot of commentaries is this stupid idea, and what I call is basically pay to win, because that's what it is. Is basically they give an insane incentive for the heavier classes, which is insane in the sense of, like, one that is horrible about doing this is Battlefield 3. Battlefield 3 is probably the biggest offender for this stupidity. They have a great game, but the problem is they basically make it where it's completely useless because, basically all the upper tier weapons have so much more damage than the lower tier weapons that it makes it no fun. I mean, you have to have it where the beginner can at least have a chance, at least, have some chance. And that's something that, unfortunately, they just don't understand. I'm trying to push with the heavy now. Unfortunately, I feel our team is just... I feel our team is just completely befuddled here, to be honest. I don't even see anybody near the objective.
Andrew Jackson's presidency, guys, he's really getting on my nerves, and I'm thinking of switching up my teams.
I gotcha.
So what I'm thinking is, let's switch teams. Let's go to red. What do you think? Just wait till you get a chance.
Let's go to the round in here, because we can't leave our whole blue team completely befallen. But the blue team is really definitely having a massive disadvantage here.
The thing
is, finally getting a little push, I guess.
And going back to the weapons being balanced. The thing is, you know how I said my bushwhacker, where normally mini crit deals a full crit?
Right.
It also makes you 20% more vulnerable to fire, so pyros are a huge problem now. Because they do, 20% more damage. And that's one of the big trade-offs.
Right.
Now,
basically, right here, we're having a great medic-heavy combo. I mean, our team is trying here, but like you said, there's just 1 or 2 members that's basically hurting the effort for everybody, unfortunately.
Yeah, sadly. I say we vote kick Andrew Jackson's presidency due to the fact he kept lighting fire in front of my scope and jumping in front of me.
Right.
It was on the other team I switched, but I say we vote kick him, so everyone say yes to this.
Okay. Just put the vote up, and
type in ! Vote kick, and then go to his name. Alright.
So, yeah. I mean, and this is a good game, because this shows classic principles, Basically, in any objective game type, on any first-person shooter, everywhere, you have to push, unless you're doing a purely defensive game type. And even on a purely defensive game type, it's better to get them back towards the spawn than it is just to sit down and basically just, take the feed, in essence.
Yeah.
And if anything that our team did wrong, it was just simply that, just not pushing enough.
Hydra, if you want to give the viewers I want to consider myself a professional but a decent sniper's perspective, you could go to spectator mode and right-click until you get to my name, then double-tap the spacebar, and you'll be seeing what I'm seeing through my scope. I'm on red team, by the way.
Thank goodness. Actually, I don't know what's happening right now. Our team has actually somehow basically got a push going, so I'm trying to support that push as best as I can right now.
Yeah.
What's the heavy? This is fantastic, because we were really getting nothing going. So I'm trying to give as much support as I can.
Yeah.
And definitely.
Now here's another thing. I'm using a sniper called the Hitman Seatmaker, which rewards you for getting headshots. But the downside is it does 20% less damage on a body shot.
Which is fantastic. Again,
yes.
Not just one of those things. Basically, it rewards you for being skillful. That's pretty much what any game should
Yes.
do. Is like, okay, if you actually have the skill to get headshots, we're going to award you. But if you just try to body every time, then we're going to punish you, which is fantastic. That's
Yeah,
a
now
lot of games should take this,
there's a couple of controversial weapons, such as the Machina, which it does a bit more damage and it is used for body shotting.
Right.
But here's the thing is, it can't fire unless it's scoped in. So if you could get in close to them as a spy, as well any class, and use your melee, you could generally beat the crap out of them.
We actually got a really good push on the team here. We're getting really good, and we're just trying to get this in. And we actually succeeded. I cannot believe it. Good teamwork at the end. I really felt like our team rallied, and I'm really happy about it.
I
now
say
we got it.
vote kick Andrew Jackson's presidency due to the fact he's trolling.
Okay.
I say we vote kick him.
And right there, you could tell you were talking in game audio because you talked there. That's cool. Yeah, definitely. If somebody wants to do the vote, I will support it.
I think I already had the vote up.
I have not been seeing the vote.
Oh wow, he just vote to kick me. Wow. Now see, this is what I don't understand. Why people do this?
It's just trolling. Any game, unfortunately, has trolls, so don't worry about it.
Stop it.
Let's just play and enjoy. Oh. And the thing that I wanted to talk about right now is what's been going on in gaming recently, and that is that. Wow, we're getting some really creeps in here in the game audio. But anyway, basically what I was talking about is how things are changing in gaming, and what's going on is a lot of game developers are trying to make a lot of games very easy to play, very noob friendly, and that's a big problem because you should be able to let. There's a difference between like Battlefield 3 problem where basically you can't even play as a noob because you have no chance because all the weapons are unbalanced, rather than. That's very, very different from making a game which rewards skill.
Now, here's a thing about TF2. You could be a seasoned veteran. You could be like Highlander, which is basically MLG for TF2. You could be a Highlander Season 8 winner. Season 8 was the hardest one. And you could still get obliterated by someone that just joined with all stock weapons. And like most other games, the stock weapons, which are default, are some of the best weapons in the game. There are the different ones.
That's the way any game should be. If they're not doing that, then there's a problem because even the starting weapons should be able to easily kill if you use them with skill. And now that's a big difference. They shouldn't just be, just insta kills. But what they should do is, if you use them skillfully, they should work. They should actually do something. And if it gets to the point where that's not happening in a game, that's a real bad sign.
Yes, it's a horrible sign when that happens. But also, the thing that I really like about this game is just like the total balance and stuff. It's beautiful.
Yep. And I'm getting pushed here. I got 41 health. Hopefully a medic will see me. I'm trying to stay alive. And that's a good principle with any game too. With a few exceptions, very, very few exceptions. The majority of times, your big thing is stay alive. Stay alive. Right there, I had to take down a heavy, so I had to sacrifice for the team. But stay alive. You see right there on the side of the screen, Stringent Hydra defended first cap point. You got to play the objective. Do not play it as a death match. I hate when people do that.
Yeah.
Play objective games as objectives.
Now, I sadly am on the other team, but don't worry. I will get on your guys' team as soon as possible. Oh yes, and also, should anyone here be a TF2 player, I do trade multiple things. Sorry about the shameless self-promotion.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. And another thing that I want to say is definitely join. I'll try to provide a link for my Twitch and Twitter because I think Twitch is a big up-and-comer right now. I love Twitch because what's happening with Twitch is basically YouTube, and of course, I'm trying to restart this YouTube channel, but YouTube is making it harder for smaller commentators that have legitimately good content to actually put their content out there. They're getting more and more, they're catering to the big guys.
That's
And what
another
Twitch
thing.
is good about is Twitch is actually supporting small commentators and giving them a chance. And, obviously you shouldn't be succeeding if your content's bad, but if your content is good and you're trying and you're not having a chance because of how the system is designed, that's a problem.
Yeah, I see how that's a problem on YouTube.
And I've been around YouTube for a long time, so, I know what YouTube used to be like, and it's definitely different today than it used to be for those of you guys who have just started YouTube or, maybe not been YouTubing for that long.
Like I'm saying, an example, should you play Amnesia or something like PewDiePie? People obviously, when they look up Amnesia, they're going to go to the video with 5 million views on it.
Exactly. Because what they assume, and sometimes wrongly, is that the one that has the most views is better. Exactly. There's no other way to say it. That's exactly what they're thinking. And it's not really a wrong assumption in certain cases, but what happens is that then it becomes where YouTube basically becomes a channel for like 5 people, which is a bad thing. Nobody wants to see the same person over and over every day with no new people ever coming. That's a bad thing.
Yeah. Yes. Your team got pinned pretty hard, actually. Yep. We got you pinned pretty hard.
I'm just trying. I've ran out of ammo here, so I'm just trying to do as much damage as I can. I took out a heavy there.
We have their team pinned, so yeah. All right. They're doing what I call is a last resort push. It's where they literally throw themselves at the car in an attempt to save the game, which have worked on occasions.
Yep.
And also, another thing about TF2 is just chatting and communication. That's a huge thing in the game.
Absolutely. So what we're going to do is, just so the video doesn't become insanely long, we're going to do one more round just to give you guys some content, and then we are going to end this video. We're definitely going to be doing more videos. Tell us, comment and like this video, and just tell us, if you like me and Drake's dual comms. I think people really will. So it's going to be great. But we are going to do one more round for you guys, and then we are going to back out of the server just so the video doesn't get like 45 minutes long.
Yeah. But also in the comment section, tell me, what do you want to see next? If you want to learn any trading guides, specific class guides for any TF2 players. I'm not Highlander yet, but I'm a decent player for all classes. So if anyone wants to know that, just leave a comment below. And if anyone wants to add me on Steam, I'll send you my Steam profile.
Definitely. And that's another thing. Check my Twitch stream, because what I basically have on there is just basically my Twitter, my YouTube, and basically how you can add us on stream so you guys can play. You guys can be in the commentary. That's another thing that I think Twitch is doing really good, is getting the viewers involved, getting people actually playing the game rather than just watching.
Alright. I'm going to have to switch up to Spy because we need it. So about the trading thing in TF2, back to that.
Right.
There is the website TF2 Outpost.
Right.
Bane of my existence. I hate it. They just kill the price on stuff. And also, here's something interesting you guys might want to hear. About a year ago, there's a group of about 200 Russian scammers.
Okay.
They've raised the price on keys immensely. They just, they're a horrible thing with the community.
I got you.
There's just an occasional scammer that thinks he gets big, but the Steam reputation groups, they will get them fast.
Yeah, that's good. And that's another thing that I think Valve is really doing different. And unfortunately, a lot of people have taken a design strategy where here's basically the design strategy. Let us do as many games as we can. We'll sell you the games for $60. Then we'll sell you $20 versus worth of DLC, and not support the games we put out. That is a good short-term strategy. I'm not saying it doesn't make money, but it's a horrible long-term strategy, because the problem is is people get disenfranchised with you. They get upset that your games are never patched. And so basically, it screws you over in the long run. So even why Valve is still doing good on basically, a fairly old engine is because they continue to support games so people know, okay, if I buy this game for $60, then yeah, it's going to get updates, it's going to get patched, it's going to get better with time, and so I'm getting a good investment. I'm getting a lot for my money.
And also,
so I think that's a big thing.
Also, Steam itself, due to this game being free, anyone can play. It runs on Steam Play, Mac, Windows, and Linux. So that's whatever computer you got, you can play it.
That's a big thing. And what I want to do is, if this video does well, I want to definitely do some live streams of Team Fortress 2 with the community, with you guys. Just send us your gamer tags and we can do some live streams. Because like I said, I think Twitch is really doing good things. And I don't know what's happening on the other team. I don't even see any defense, so I'm not sure what's going on.
They're doing a method in which you fall back with multiple engineers. I call it the NG fallback.
Okay.
And like you can see right now, actually, I'm about to kill this engineer's building. Well, that failed horribly. Yeah.
I don't understand the strategy. I mean, it's good, and again, it's so good, Drake, to have actually people that know what they're doing. Like, I really appreciate your input. I think the viewers do too. But anything like this, basically like a suicide strategy, what I call it, like one hope for the best in essence, is just horrible in my opinion. Horrible, because what happens if that doesn't work? Then basically you have your team right at your gates, and what they're going to lose. I can just tell you, this is a horrible strategy. I mean, I somewhat understand what you mean, like build up your defenses as much as possible, but definitely not any good, in my opinion.
Is, the engineer's sentry guns, basically they're heavy with an aimbot and a rocket launcher.
Right.
That's basically what they are. And another thing is, for taking out sentries, pro tip, soldiers, demo men. Demo men being the best, soldiers being second best. Two well-placed soldiers can take out a whole sentry nest. Now, as you can see, they got two sentries in the corner. I'm going back to spy to get them sapped. So that would be nice.
But you see right there that it's just, in my opinion, no good. I mean, it can work once in a while, but like as soon as we get a good push, we're pushing it a little further every time we got a push. Like and there we go. It's just complete victory. So I hope you guys enjoyed this commentary, and I will see you guys next time. Drake, any last words?
See you all, guys.
All right.
And if you want any more content from me, just comment down in the section below.
All right. Sounds good.
See you later.
Stranger Hydra 9 out.